Is Yuko the luckiest girl in the world or what? Oh man, the fact that when that parasite was about to slice her head and she tripped, dude. She tripped and saved herself. Just like our boy Shido from Fate's Stay. When Archer was about to strike him and he tripped, same exact way, she saved herself. And then she grabbed that bottle that had like liquids or chemicals or something. She's really smart, clearly. She threw that, he cut that off, and that infected him. Now, it doesn't explain what happened, but we can just assume that those chemicals, like he said, it went inside his body and infused with him. Those chemicals prevented the parasite from going back into the human form. That's why he was, for the whole time, he was in that form and he was attacking everybody because he's a parasite now. He can't camouflage himself. He can't blend in. That element of surprise and blending in is gone. So the only thing he can do now, he can either run away or he can just attack everybody. So his natural form was shown for this episode. That was incredible. Now our boy Shinichi, when he was like talking to his hand, dude, in front of everybody, that was so funny. Now it took him a while to find out where the parasite was, which surprised me. It really did. But I think it has to do with the fact that he was worried about Satomi. Now you guys remember that scene when he saw all those dead bodies from her classrooms, from her class? He freaked out, dude. He grabbed his heart like breaking in half. Finally, Shinichi is back. Our boy Shinichi, the Shinichi we all love, is back. Now that confirms that he's not a parasite. Maybe he can't cry, maybe he can't show emotions like he used to, but they are still there. He is still human. He still has feelings for her, which is why he risked his life to save her. He jumped out of the building from like the 5th floor and everything. And now we have the love story back in action. She forgave him. She's just grateful for him that saving her life. And now the whole drama between them is back. But this time, it's gonna be interesting because unlike the previous episodes and all the deaths that happened in that, no, this was different. This was on the news considered to be a school massacre. A school massacre, which means that, and on top of that, the police force got involved here. And a lot of policemen died in this episode, which is why they had that meeting at the end. And in that meeting, I was impressed. I cannot believe that scientist was able to figure out everything. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? How do you think he was able to figure out all that information about how the parasites function, not exactly where they come from, but all these things at the biological level of these parasites? Now, I don't think they figured it out just from that one body. I think they had used other bodies from previous deaths and previous parasites because everything was kept secret. Now, what is interesting is the fact that they were able to set up the tone for the next few episodes because in this episode, they decided that they will make an announcement, a public announcement, not that the parasites are real, but pretty much telling people how to differentiate between a human and a parasite. Now, they didn't exactly say that, but we learned at the end that from now on, people have started this new trend of breeding each other by taking each other's hair out. I did not expect that. First of all, that seems unrealistic how a trend could just start right away. Like Shinichi was walking, he was literally walking home, and already the kids were already like pulling their hair off when they were saying hi to each other. That made no sense to me. It seemed a little unrealistic. What was realistic though is that love story that's coming back. That Shinichi as a character, his voice actor is incredible. Shinichi is just a very complex character now. Now it's not the same as he was before because he still has feelings, but he can't show them. And on top of that, Migi, I'm happy, went back to being Migi again. Episode 9, Migi seemed to be more human than Shinichi, but in this episode, Migi did not care whatsoever about saving those humans, saving the police force. He even said, "Well, then you just let the police task force handle that situation." And Shinichi said, "No, I'm going after Satomi to save her." So clearly, Shinichi has no reasons to be an ally to the police force. He doesn't want to join them. He's his own person. He even said it himself. He is his own ally. He has no friends, no nothing. He doesn't think the same way. Shinichi does, which is basically telling us that Shinichi is starting to be more human again. Now, the next few episodes are gonna be interesting because that cliffhanger wasn't really a cliffhanger. That we don't know where it's gonna go from now. It can go anywhere. Obviously, if you read the manga, you know what's happening in the next few episodes. But I'm really interested. one of the predictions that I have is this. Let me know if you agree. I feel, just like in Death Note, Light Yagami was the evil person, but he was also part of the group that was trying to find the evil person. I feel like one of the parasites, just like the teacher, the professor, is part of the police force. Is part of that small group of people who make the decisions, who have the power. So one of the parasites is gonna betray them. It's gonna get inside that circle. And it's gonna be very interesting, because then in that case, that means the police force isn't really a force that can handle these parasites, because they're basically working for the parasites in a sense, if their leader is a parasite. So that's gonna be very, very interesting. This anime overall, I just wanna say that this episode, the music, the tone, the action, everything about it was just on point. On point. Very good episode, 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.